Today I have a job interview, so not in the mood to do this. I just feel sleepy, groggy. I've just gone through so many different interviews. It's with the wholesale construction materials company. It's not initially what I really want to go for since I just got done with the operations training program. It really depends on how much money they offer me in the end if I take it or not. I wanted to give an update on the previous job that I interviewed for with Stephen Gold. In the end, I did not get the position, but I will say they gave me the most nicest rejection I've ever received. Literally, the recruiter called me personally and was like, hey, so you didn't get the role, but they wanted to let you know that they thought you were intelligent and funny and like smart and like just a great person, and they really enjoyed interviewing with you. And the only reason why you didn't get the role is because the other applicant had 19 years of experience. That was like, I didn't actually take an L. Very nice rejection. I wasn't sad about it at all. The day after I got rejected from Stephen Gold, I had another recruiter reach out to me about a supply chain program coordinator role with a IT company. I'm more interested in that role than this current role I'm interviewing for today. I feel like this not having a job, sometimes it makes me feel not good, but then the other day I thought about it as a sabbatical and that made me feel really good. And I think there should be an uprising in our society where every 2 years we quit our jobs and take a year-long sabbatical so that we can actually live life and like be happy and be full human beings that have time to do the things that we enjoy, and like we could coordinate it with our friends so that we're taking the same year off. That would end up giving us the work-life balance that we so crave. The trickiest part would just be every 2 years having to get into a new job or trying to get back into your previous job. Like that's a bit. But I was watching Jennifer's Body. I haven't finished it yet, but guys, that's such a weird movie. I had no clue it was weird like that. No one told me, no one warned me all these years. It's like it doesn't make sense. I don't know what's happening, but I'll have to finish that later. I've been at it every day making like 3 new pieces. Very happy with how this turned out. I think it's super cute. And then I can't remember if I showed you in the last video, but I made this Shrek cupcake. Look, I made a bracelet and I made it again, but in dark blue. And I also made it again in green, but Angel's wearing that one. The masterpiece is the necklace that I made. Amazing. I love it. I'm impressed with myself. Most of my polymer clay is going well, except for the fact that when I try to make cute little characters, I feel like I never end up making them cute and I leave fingerprints all over them. And I really don't know how to stop that besides I picked up this tip, which was to use cornstarch on your hands so that your fingerprints won't print into the clay as much. So I've been trying to use that, but I can't help the fact that like my stuff never looks cute. Like I can't get that kawaii chibi effect for some reason. So it made me feel very empowered that I was able to make this necklace and it turned out like artistically the way I wanted it to, and it looks super cute because I feel like finally I know how to make something super cute and good. But yeah, I never thought I was going to be into the jewelry aspect of this stuff, but it's actually really fun. Like I love using these little pliers. I love using these little pliers to like help me put the jewelry together, and I wanted to film myself doing it. But filming yourself putting together jewelry is very hard because it's so tiny and my hands are so big. And so it's hard to get the right camera angle. I want to glaze a really big piece. Okay. I woke up at like 7, but then I rotted in bed till 10 because like I realized with having nothing to do all day, starting my day super early ends up with me not having much to do, and I don't like that, and so I want to just wake up later. But anyways, I was feeling down because I'm like, okay, I have the one job that I don't really want that I interviewed for yesterday, and well 2 days ago. And then I have this other job that I'm waiting to contact me. So I decided to get on LinkedIn and start applying to more jobs. And you know, the LinkedIn jobs are looking pretty good, but I was still just feeling like down because it's been a while since I actually went on LinkedIn and actively applied to new jobs because I keep having like recruiters reach out to me or something like that. Well, anyways, while I was doing that, I got a call from this recruiter about the job, and they said that the manager wants to have a virtual meeting with me tomorrow. So I'm actually feeling really good right now. I'm very positive. Like, oh, you can't really see what I'm doing, but I'm putting together one of my necklaces. I've made multiple. So first I made both these bracelets the other day. I think they're super cute. If you see a white cast on this one, it's because I had a mess up while glazing. When I was glazing, I had water on the brush and that turned into like making a mess. This is another piece that I made. And then this was the first piece I made that I also messed up with the glazing. But yeah, I really love these necklaces, and I just wonder, I look at them and I wonder, are they something that people would want to like purchase from me, you know? And making these are really fun. Like, I'm really, in a way, Mei Yan inspired me. She's the owner of Mead, or Mead. It's a brand that she started making jewelry. And initially I did not care about her making jewelry. I was like, okay, whatever, that's not for me. I don't plan to like buy that stuff, wear that stuff, whatever. But it was like from watching her and then just going down that little like rabbit hole, I'm like, wow, this stuff is really fun to do. And she's mentioned that she does it because it's really good for her mental health, because she has anxiety, depression, and PTSD. And I feel like it really does help with those things. This is why I don't really record myself doing this process. I would like to, and I respect people who do it a lot, because I find it difficult to get the close-up shots. I feel like I should sand this. That's one thing, I have not been sanding my stuff. And actually, I don't even know where my sandpaper, okay, there it is. Hitomi just posted a video about how to make friends in deep intimacy even if you're awkward as fuck, and I don't know, it's kind of inspiring me to talk about how to make friends with literally anyone. Step number one is talk about the things that interest you and find the commonality. When I'm around someone new and I really don't know what to talk about, I start to literally throw out example conversation starters related to things that I care about. I bring up arts and culture, I bring up being gay, I bring up YouTube. I throw those things out casually to see which one hits, because usually you will have something that connects you to that person that you don't know about. That person responds and you realize what's the topic that y'all connect about. You no longer have to have a boring conversation. You can actually have an interesting conversation. Tip number two is ask questions. I feel like there's not enough, at least with people in my age group, I feel like people don't ask enough questions when they're interacting with people because they don't want to pry into their lives. But really, I think most people want someone to ask them questions so they can open up to them. They feel more comfortable with you in being them real selves versus just being like a boring version of themselves. And usually you can, one person opening up and being vulnerable leads to then you being able to open up and be vulnerable. And so it's just a more legitimate connection. So I actually thought of a third piece of advice is that when it comes to socializing, it is supposed to feel awkward and uncomfortable at first. If you're socializing with people and you never feel this way, then you're above humans. You need to embrace the awkward moments and the awkward silences and stop considering them so awkward. Just consider it as like, this is that stage in the getting to know each other game where we don't know what to say to each other, and it's perfectly okay. And you have to realize that people are okay with being around you when you're not being entertaining, when you're not really talking about anything of particular interest to them. People are okay with sometimes just dealing with being comfortable with the uncomfortable silence, that even the closest of friends will have awkward silences. Even people who you just wouldn't expect it from, or you think like, oh, they're above that, they have such good chemistry. Even people who have amazing chemistry, a lot of the times when you see them, will have quiet moments. And we're supposed to enjoy life in spite of the awkwardness and enjoy life sometimes because of the awkwardness. It's a certain degree of vulnerability that you have to be willing to sit in and rest in. And I think you become less angsty of a human. Think of it as healthy awkwardness, and maybe you'll feel better. Sometimes I actually feel good about making it awkward because I went out on a limb to do or say something that I knew probably wouldn't be a crowd pleaser or wouldn't score me any friends, but I was just being myself, and it's a little awkward. I think that's perfectly okay. Like, I'm allowing people to see me in that vulnerable state. It doesn't make you want to just stop being friends with them immediately or stop interacting with them immediately. I think that's our fear. We think that if I'm awkward, no one's gonna want to talk to me. But no, if anything, sometimes when you're awkward, it makes you more approachable because they feel like you're not judgmental. Okay, I have a finished project. I will say it's not super duper comfortable on the neck just because like these are, you know, pieces that have edges, but it's not terribly uncomfortable either. And I think it's like worth the look. I feel like I just have like a jewelry collection now, like, and I'm not even one who wears necklaces often because of the sensory issues, but I like these so much that I see myself wearing them. And like, I feel like they go with outfits, like the shades. And I got lucky with the shades. They were not planned out. I just started rolling together clay and hoping for the best. So I feel good about this. Yeah, thanks for being here with me. The comments I've gotten on my recent videos make me very like happy. I feel like we're building like a little baby community. Thank you so much. I read all the comments and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.